Hello and welcome. I'm Danette Kabunda, and joining me today for a very special interview is Alicia McBride. She is an empathic healer and author of I Feel Too Much, a how-to guide for the beginner empath, and The Empath Effect, powerful stories of love, courage, and transformation. Thank you so much for being with us today, Alicia.
Hi, thank you for having me on here. I appreciate it.
So what is an empath?
So, an empath is someone who feels deeper than the average person. They take empathy to the next level. They feel things deeper. They're a very sensitive person. They can take on the energy of other people, other situations, places, things like that.
So with taking on energy from other people, how can you avoid, or handle the overwhelm that would come with that?
So, I have two good ways to handle overwhelm and exhaustion. The first way is to practice self care. Self care looks different for everybody. The best way to practice self care is to do the thing that brings you joy. So, what brings you the most joy? Are you a runner? Do you practice yoga? I dance. I love that. What do you do that brings you joy? And continue doing that. You can also do smaller things. Lots of people are familiar with manicures, pedicures, going for walks or a hike or, something to get your body moving and your blood circulating.
That's beautiful. And then you say it goes beyond self-care though sometimes. It also looks like setting boundaries. What does that look like for you?
The second way is to set healthy boundaries. And when people talk about boundaries, they often talk about saying no. But what does saying no actually look like? Um, it looks like turning off the news. So once you figure out what's going on, you're up to date on your current events, it's time to turn the news off. So you know you're good, turn it off. Another easy way to say no is stepping away from an unhealthy or unproductive or conversation that's just too negative. I don't think that there's anything wrong with changing the topic of discussion or saying, hey, I'm not comfortable talking about this, or this is, too overwhelming for me or unpleasant for me. It's, putting me down this spiraling path. Um, let's change the topic of discussion, and I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. I think that's a really healthy boundary. It's an easy way to say no, back up a little. And then the other way, it looks like space on your schedule. So if you are the kind of person that needs to see a full schedule, I want you to schedule in space, schedule in the downtime, schedule in your self care. Say, okay, this is what I'm going to do for self care today. I'm going to lay on the couch for an hour. I'm going to go to bed early. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to sleep in. Like whatever it is that you need to do, either to practice self care or to do nothing. Um, Downtime isn't a waste of time. It's really healthy for you. And it's so important.
So important. How do we get in touch with our intuition? I know a lot of people want to do that. We just don't really know how to do that.
So, the easiest way to start to get in touch with your intuition is to actually just sit quietly with yourself. You will learn to ignore everything else around you. I know it's really hard at first, but if you keep practicing, it will happen. So, you sit quietly with yourself. Your eyes are closed, so you're in a safe space to close your eyes. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and you're going to feel yourself breathe all the way in through your nose, all the way out through your nose, nice and slowly, deep breaths all the way in, all the way out. And you're going to feel your body breathe. And eventually, with time and practice, it'll be really easy. You will start to get in touch with feeling your own energy and feeling your intuition. But that is the key first step. Just sit quietly and start to ignore everything else as best you can.
Love that. Such great advice. What can we do to protect our own energy? I feel like it could be easy to kind of have everybody else's energy coming on top of you. What can you do to protect your own?
Yeah. So, um, You want to ground, protect, and shield your energy because it will prevent the overwhelm and the exhaustion. Do you remember that saying from when we were little? I'm rubber and you're glue, and everything you say bounces off me and sticks onto you. It's true. So it turns out that that's true. So that's what you're actually doing when not. I mean, it's mostly what you're doing when you ground, protect, and shield your energy. And I actually have meditations up on YouTube to show you, to walk you through exactly how to do that. But you're connecting with the earth and you're pulling up energy over you and around you to block that from that energy exchange from other people.
I love that. And such an easy way to remember it now that you brought back that rhyme from our childhood. Thank you so much for sharing all of this. To learn more about Alicia, her books, and all of her projects, please visit her website at healinglightempath.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.